domestic assault charges. It was a big deal. All the papers, all the TV stations started talking about this or reporting the facts as they knew them and giving you absolutely no benefit of the doubt, were they?
No, it's just kind of one of those things where if there's an allegation made, it's kind of devastating, it's damaging to your character and all, a lot of things. So, from the very moment it hit the papers, I get thought of in a different kind of light, like, oh, he beats up women or something like that. And I've never laid a hand on a woman in my life. Basically, from what it was explained, if there's an incident in between two people in a residential area or something like that, and someone reports some kind of injury, and in my case, she said she had a headache, then someone's got to go to jail. Bottom line is what they told me. Someone's got to go to jail.
Okay.
So
you were that guy.
they said I was the primary aggressor. That's what they said. So, and I'm not a lawyer. I don't know. I told him I didn't lay a hand on her, and didn't matter. Didn't matter. It took me to jail.
People started judging you a long time ago. So when this charge came up at the University of Iowa, in Iowa City, when this charge came up, it's almost as if they prejudged you.
Yeah, that's how it works.
So fairly or unfairly?
Oh, unfairly, because everything's based on a complete fabrication, and they start, when attacks are made on my father, or how he raised me, things of that nature, him, questioning his parenting skills and things of that nature. I'm a man, I'm grown, and I definitely take responsibility for my actions. So I feel like if I need to own up to something, I will. In this case, it was untrue, so I feel like it was unfair.
Well, now, to be fair to everybody else, every dad is going to stand up for his kid, and your dad has made his share of excuses for you.
Yeah, yes, he's he loves me, and I love him too, and he's gonna always have my back, and that's what fathers are supposed to do.
What was his response when you called and gave him the news that the charges had been dismissed? They had not even been dismissed; they were dropped.
I did it through text message. I probably should have called him just so I could hear his voice. I know he loses sleep, all the time over some of the things that I've took him through, and so when I got home that night, because I was practicing at Grandview, got home that night, let him know some of my plans, coming and talk to you and things of that nature. It just sounded like it was a lot, lot less tense and a lot less stress in his voice, and saw some more smiles coming on his face and things of that nature. So it's great.
Over the years, athletes at Iowa and every other institution in this country are under an intensifying high magnification.
Yeah.
In other words, everything that happens to you is like times 100.
Yeah, for sure.
Okay, so you, the quarterback of the football team,
Yeah.
The basketball stars, whoever it is,
Yeah.
you guys are viewed differently. And the police have an extra eye out for you guys as well. It seems like times have changed, and it's only getting worse, isn't it?
Hey, I'm not going to sit here and say that, they're trying to throw us all in jail or anything like that. I'm not here to make any enemies like that. I just know that, we're held to a higher standard. And if I go to a bar and maybe someone recognizes me and they got a problem with me, even though I have the capacity to just knock them out, it's my name's going to be in that paper. So, I get challenged all the time, and I walked away a lot of times. But there's some things in my record that can let you know that I didn't walk away a couple times. So,
Okay.
This past incident was definitely frustrating for me because as soon as it happened, I wanted to start, hopping on Facebook saying, no, I didn't do that, or calling papers. I can't say anything until I'm proven innocent. It's like a lot of times it seems like you're guilty until proven innocent, rather than innocent until proven guilty. So I sat on it, took the advice from my lawyer, my family, my friends, and waited for to be exonerated, which I finally was, and now's my time. I found a lot of good in the situations I've been in the past, and in this past situation, I wouldn't come into contact with some of the people that I have, just because of the people that were willing to help out, extend a helping hand to me. I wouldn't have met these people otherwise, and also these situations have they've changed my personality, made me more humble, they made me more forgiving. It made me appreciate the life that I had, and realize that, you don't, sometimes you got to realize what you have, and when it's gone, then you're gonna wish you were back in that situation where you'd appreciate it more. So, yeah, I wish that it hadn't happened. I feel like I always feel like I have to learn the hard way, but it's molding me and making me the man who I am, and I like the guy that I am. I gotta say thank you to Gary Barta, Fred Mims. They at the beginning, obviously, when I first got the OWI, they have an institution to run. I can't be breaking the rules and then not get the penalty. So I had to do certain things like going to do community service. I had to do certain things like you got to go to like a substance abuse type thing. Excuse me. And I did that. And even when it came time where the season was coming up, and I still didn't know if I was gonna be even considered. I just heard that there might be a glimmer of hope, and I would periodically go in and talk to Gary Barta and say, just let him know where I was at. Hey, let him know that, hey, I have this many days of sobriety, and I just want to let you know everything's going great, and I'm just still in there like working out and stuff like that. And I knew that he couldn't promise me anything, but eventually he gave me another shot, and I'm grateful for that, and I could graduate from the University of Iowa. Yeah, I think it definitely showed that the University of Iowa can be lenient, that they can evaluate a situation and someone's efforts to better themselves or change and things of that nature, and they gave me another shot, and I appreciate that.
Any chips on your shoulder?
No.
There were some, weren't there?
You will, at times, yeah.
No, there were.
Yeah, at times, And then I sat and I have conversations with my dad. He let me know, hey, Montel, you got to look in the mirror, though. You know what I'm saying? Like, you put yourself in these situations.
Okay.
So, there at this point in time, there aren't any harsh. I was in that room, a week and a half ago. I went to practice. And I have a locker in there still, with my lock on and everything. I've clothes and gear in there. So, for the time being, it's still there. We're in the middle of the season. It's still there. They still make me feel like I'm family when I walk in. I say hi to everybody. Everybody knows me. So, I have no hard feeling. I like going back to Iowa City. I know a lot of people there. What makes me sad is that, I put myself in a lot of these situations that where I feel like I dug my own grave and then I had to climb out of it. And I just wish that I'm a human being. I don't know what to say. I'm a human being, and I'm developing and I'm learning, and I made a lot of mistakes, and it made me who I am. So, I was definitely, touched when they gave me that award. And I think the people in Iowa City, they, my fans, I think they definitely know, what they're starting to get what kind of guy I am. I wanted to graduate from that university. I didn't want to just turn tail and run. I wanted to graduate from there. So, I appreciate the opportunity given to me, and I appreciate the awards and all of that. Kevin Jackson got me into the Olympic Training Center, and I don't know why. I had such a chip on my shoulder, because actually in the middle of that endeavor at the OTC, I got in an incident where, because I used to be there for an extended period of time, then I'd go back home to Des Moines. And then one time I went back home to Des Moines, went to the bar, got disorderly, and then they wouldn't let me come back to the Olympic Training Center for a little bit, and I was mad. Who am I going to get mad at? Who, Kevin Jackson? I can't do that. But for some reason, young kid, I was mad at him, And even when I got back in, we didn't have like a relationship. I felt like Kevin Jackson should have had that relationship where I was like, I was like, hey, Kevin, I see him. We should be, have dialogue. I should know I should know who his wife is, who his kids are. I don't know. I don't know all that. And that's surprising, because I know Al Garrison, who knows Willie Gasson, and they all know each other. Who knows Kevin Jackson? They all know each other. I should know. That should have been an easy relationship built. And later on, I called Kevin and I let him know, hey, I don't know what my deal was, but I've gone through some life changes, and I realized that I was disrespectful, and I had a chip on my shoulder, and I'm sorry. You didn't do anything to me. You helped me get in the Olympic Training Center, so I don't know why I did that. I'm sorry. So I think we're good now. I think he was definitely a little bit surprised by the call, because Iowa versus Iowa State, I'd see him. And I still hadn't acknowledged him or done this. I just did this like a month and a half, 2 months ago, But all through college, when I went to Iowa, when we had a meet, I didn't acknowledge him. I didn't acknowledge him at Midlands. I felt like I got all caught up in the rivalry. I got caught up in like he's the enemy. Everybody else was the enemy to me as well. We'd walk into Penn State. and that's fine. It's time to go to business, stuff like that. But got a stone face, and you're not, you just, it seems like always uptight, and that's not who I am. So, I let him know that, I don't want to blame it on getting caught up in the Iowa way of doing things, because I don't want to say that Iowa guys are all uptight and robots, because they're not. Even though our interviews might say something different, we got a lot of personality. Sometimes I think we shut it off in front of the cameras, though.
Yeah.
So, I let him know that that I just graduated, and I wanted to let him know that, I'm sorry, and I think me and him are good now, for sure.
In a very short period of time, you think about it, a lot of guys have 5-6 years to be able to start putting together their record. You did it in a short period of time, 90 of them, 3-time All-American and a 2-time runner-up. Any regrets in that?
Yeah, I have a lot of regret and a lot of pain behind that. When I went to my banquet at the end of the year, senior year, and after it's all over, and I was at the podium, I mentioned that it's sad that the last major title that I won was in high school, a state title. And I didn't win Midlands, I didn't win Big Ten, I didn't win Nationals. And it kind of makes me feel like there's something wrong mentally, when I can continue to get in those situations where I'm in the finals and not cross over, So it bothers me. I got 2 seconds in my high school career, second, freshman, sophomore, then I got first, and it bothers me. So, there's a lot of regret there. I love the experiences, and one of the reasons why I want to be able to compete is I want to be able to travel a little bit. I've never been across seas. I've never had a passport. And I
heard you were afraid of flying.
I'm not afraid of flying, but there's some places over there that I've heard that's kind of sketchy. So, I want to stay out of those areas. I don't know how it is in Russia, some of those areas in Russia. So,
how do you feel you would do against international competition of that nature?
There's got to be an adjustment from college, collegiate style wrestling to freestyle. It's a different game. I don't like some of the rules. I saw a guy getting driven out of bounds by one guy. He jumped up in the air, and then the other guy driving him out touched out the bounds first, and so he got the point. The guy that jumped in the air got the point. That doesn't make sense to me. So sometimes the rules are sketchy, but I want to make an adjustment and maybe learn from some people like that just took the gold medal for Olympics, Burroughs or Werner. There's definitely people that took chances on me. My father, Tom Brands, my friend Rufin, he's my roommate. Multiple people, they did return their backs to me. I just want to say thanks for the love, for the support. You guys know me better than anybody else, and you know where my heart is, you know where my intentions are, and I think you know that I'm not some kind of thug running rampant like a lot of people perceive me to be, and I appreciate it.